So, Apple just had their big September 9th event, and guess what earth-shattering innovation they led with? Liquid glass, a new interface designed because apparently what the world was desperately waiting for was slightly shinier icons. I'm sure productivity experts everywhere are weeping tears of joy that their spreadsheets now have a more liquidy-like feel to them. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here, and I just watched Apple's latest announcement. And folks, I think I need therapy because watching a trillion-dollar company get excited about visual window dressing is like watching Gordon Ramsay get hyped about parsley garnish. Let me paint you a picture of where we are right now. Apple without Steve Jobs is like Batman without Bruce Wayne. Sure, the suit still looks cool, but there's nobody home with a vision. And now that Johnny Ive has jumped ship to OpenAI, that's not just a canary in the coal mine dying, that's the canary packing its bags, calling an Uber, and leaving a 1-star Yelp review on the way out. Remember when Phil Schiller stood up and said, "Apple can't innovate my ass," after they unveiled the Mac Pro trash can? Dude, you literally just made a desktop computer round and are bragging about being innovative? That's not innovation, that's geometry class. But compared to what they're doing now, that trash can looks like the iPhone moment all over again. Here's what kills me. There was a time when Samsung fanboys would mock Apple for being a year behind their features. Now, Apple is announcing stuff that's been around longer than TikTok dance trends. They still don't have foldable devices, while I've been testing phones that unfold like origami masters for years. And when Apple finally releases their foldable phone in 2026 or 2027, Tim Cook's gonna stand on stage like he just invented the concept of bending. And let me ask you this, Panda Nation, what's the last Apple product that made you genuinely excited? Not, oh, that's nice excited. I mean, genuinely stay up all night to pre-order excited. Hit me up with your answers because I think for me, it might have been the iPad 2. I got in line for that sucker. And maybe when the iPhone went to the first Pro Max, I stayed up till midnight so that I could order it on the website. But you know what? Yeah, I'm not just here to roast Apple like they're a marshmallow at a campfire. I'm going to do something that apparently they can't do. I'm going to try and innovate. Here's what I would be working on if I had access to Apple's Scrooge McDuck money vault. First up, AI, and I mean actual AI, not whatever Apple intelligence is supposed to be. Siri needs to be taken behind the barn and put out of her misery. The only time Siri has ever been helpful is when it told me that I needed to unlock my iPhone first, and that was just Siri admitting it's useless without extra steps. Here's a simple way to get a quick win with AI. When I record a voice memo, how about the subject line actually tells me what I talked about instead of voice memo 247 or recorded at Hawthorne Mall, Vernon Hills, Illinois? Revolutionary, I know. Now let's talk about screens. Where the hell are the foldable iPhones, right? I want a phone that unfolds into an iPad mini. 1 data plan, 2 devices, infinite possibilities. Foldable should be the obvious next step, but no, instead, we get slightly thinner phones that still can't fold and aren't actually as good as their mainstream phones, whatever. And speaking of screens, how about some Sunlight-readable displays? E-ink technology exists. Make a snap-on cover that lets me flip between the regular LED indoors and the Sunlight-readable outside. So I don't need to cut my hands around my phone like I'm trying to start a fire every time I step outside. Here's another billion-dollar idea they're sleeping on. A cheap plastic iPad you can mount on your refrigerator. Waterproof for the bathroom, voice control for morning routines, perfect for notes, email drafts, whatever. Slap an e-ink display on it, and you've got something actually useful instead of just another expensive rectangle. iPhone innovations. How about true satellite connectivity through Starlink? Not just texting, actual calls and data when you're in the middle of nowhere. Solar panels on the back or in a case. An FM transmitter so I can broadcast to any stereo system. I can't tell you how many times I've been in an older car that I picked up on Turo and they don't have an auxiliary import or Bluetooth, but if I could automatically broadcast on FM, it would be like having CarPlay in the car. And also, how about a built-in flat AirPod that was the actual speaker on the iPhone that I could slide out of the phone like a secret agent gadget and put in my ear so that I could have a private conversation while keeping my hands free, taking notes, being on a call, on a Zoom call, those types of things. And for content creators, and let's be honest, that's everybody now, how about some software that uses both cameras simultaneously for podcast mode, front and back, 2 video inputs, 2 audio directions, so that everyone with an iPhone has a little podcasting studio in their pocket. And let's talk about MacBooks. They haven't evolved since the Obama administration. Where's the dual screen laptop? Where's the vertical stacked displays, not just the side-by-side? Why can't an iPad boot into full Mac OS for some real work? And here's a wild idea. Make the trackpad removable off of the MacBook so that it doubles as a Bluetooth mouse. And then you can click it back in to charge it up. Some of us are still faster with actual mice. Hey, and now let's talk about the Apple Watch. Let's talk about the band that is wasted real estate. How about putting an e-ink display on there for notifications so I'm not constantly turning my wrist like I'm checking the time in a 1950s movie? And here's something that's probably technically challenging, but I would love to be able to type on any flat surface and have the Apple Watch detect that I'm typing so that I can input into an email or my AR glasses, which I'm waiting for, not the $3,500 Vision Pro stuff, but just basic text overlay so that I can create messages or emails or text messages or navigation or notes without disturbing everyone. And how about some new product categories that they should own? How about an Apple Smart Pen that writes on regular paper, but syncs whatever you've written digitally back to your device? How about a tiny action camera, kind of like the Insta360 Go, that I can just clip onto my shirt and get great first-person perspective video? How about a plug-and-play webcam that delivers DSLR quality without a PhD in photography? And how about a computer monitor with a webcam behind the screen for actual eye contact and video calls? I wouldn't even care if there's a little tiny pinhole circle, kind of like the Lonely Island thing on the iPhone. But then I don't need this huge secondary webcam and I can still look at people. And maybe it'd actually even be cool if another little LED would slide down in front of it when you're not using it to fill in that space with actual live pixels. And how about a giant Apple Pencil compatible touchpad? Not only just for navigating around the screen, but then taking that Apple Pencil and being able to draw on it, kind of like a Wacom tablet. In Zoom meetings, I can sketch out some notes or actually illustrate out an idea. Are you like me? Do any of these ideas get you excited? Because they should be obvious wins for a company with infinite resources. Now, here's why this makes me so angry. And yes, I'm probably dangerous to call out one of the world's most powerful companies, but whatever. I used to be the biggest Apple fanboy on the planet. I mean, definitely one of them up there. I lined up for hours for the new iPads and the new iPhones and the Apple Watch. I stayed up until 2 a.m. hitting refresh on the website for the iPhone pre-orders. I believed in the magic. But when your big announcements are more scratch-resistant screens and adding cellular chips that I assumed were already in there, you've started to lose the plot. When they announced the 5G support for the Apple Watch, I literally assumed the Apple Watch already supported 5G. The fact that it didn't isn't exciting, it's embarrassing. My assumptions about Apple being modern and relevant are crumbling faster than a cookie in milk. They're not just behind on new products, they're behind on their own existing products. And when they finally do release a foldable iPhone in 2026 or 2027, they'll make some tearjerker commercial about courage and thinking different, while conveniently ignoring that there are a ton of fantastic foldables already out there. So here's my final question to you, Panda Nation. Is Apple officially done innovating? Or are they just saving up for one massive comeback? Is there something in the wings or in the queue that I don't know about that's going to blow my mind? Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments, because honestly, I'm starting to lose hope in the company that used to define the future. They feel a lot less like innovators and a lot more like Blockbuster right now. Apple used to be the company that made me believe in tomorrow, and now they're the company that makes me nostalgic for yesterday. Peter Von Panda, out.